Well, is it too cold to snow? Do you think? I don't think so. I've heard it before, but I don't know that it's true.
It's an old wives' tale. It's like if you wear a baseball cap too much, you start losing hair.
Well, that's true. I think that's definitely true.
You think so?
I don't know. But I can say that it's snowing somewhere, and it's probably colder than it is here right now. So it's cold. How many times do I have to hit this thing, Dave, before it to stop? It's going to stop anyway in a second, but give me a break. Give me a break. So lots to get to today, and a lot has happened since yesterday. We have an interesting little. Let's start off light with Josh Allen. Another potential coach has backed away from the Bills job. But how do you feel? This is Mike this morning saying, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with Josh Allen selecting the head coach because a lot of times the coach has to be really tough on a quarterback. And if his job depends on it, is that a good scenario? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And Fitzpatrick, former Bills quarterback, that is one of his concerns. He's of course, huge fan of Josh Allen in Buffalo, but thinks this is a bad idea.
I mean, it's not necessarily his pick, but he's part of the process. I also wonder how much the probing of the media about was Josh Allen on board with the firing of McDermott, how much of that has got the Bills publicly talking about, hey, he's involved in the process, he has some say here. But, I mean, he's not picking the head coach, right? I mean, that's Brandon Beane's job or Terry Pagula.
I would think at the end of the day, it's their decision, I would assume.
What do you like about this? What do you like about his style? Yeah. Something like that. But I don't think it's – I don't think if there's – I don't think there's 3 votes in the room. I think Pagula's got a vote, and his one's the one that counts the most, and I think Beane's got a lot of pull, but I think Josh Allen's there as a reference, not a
yeah, probably at the end of the day, it's Pagula making the decision.
Right.
But there's a report out this morning that Joe Brady is one of the finalists for the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator job.
I think it's interesting that they haven't pulled the trigger on him. I think that says they don't want him.
Well, or is it possible that we don't know really what's going on behind the scenes? So I think that would be the most cohesive move the Bills could probably make. But then they're looking for an offensive coordinator.
Well, Davis Webb was kind of impressive yesterday, the pass game coordinator for the Broncos.
All right. Well, we'll see where all of it goes.
What do you mean he was impressive yesterday?
In his interview with them.
Oh, is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Phillip Rivers was, but Rivers pulled out.
Again, I don't take that too seriously. I mean, Rivers has never coached before.
He's a high school coach right now.
I think it's a cool story. Yeah. I think his comeback is a cool story. I think the fact that he's so young and obviously played 3 games this season would be really cool. But I mean, is that really?
Listen, he doesn't have time to be a head coach.
Yeah,
he doesn't have time to be a quarterback. He's got 19 kids or something, 38 grandchildren. He could run a school, for God's sakes, out of his house.
But is this really is this the next level for the Bills? We go to a coach who's only coached a high school team before, who's been retired for 3.5 weeks?
That would be a story that would probably get some criticism. But who knows? You could get the greatest coach in the world and still lose. So.
True.
You just don't know. On this program today, Christopher Schmidt is running for Congress. He's an independent candidate for the 21st Congressional District. They're all going to be coming out of the woodwork now. Samantha Colosimo Testa, counsel at large in Utica, has some complaints when it comes to public safety. And she has some complaints too?
I think these are complaints she's getting from people.
Okay. We'll get her. Ryan Schmelz is on from Fox News Radio coming up in a little while. This morning last night we did the new, used to be Mark Seneca Inn on Seneca Turnpike outside New Hartford if you're heading towards Westmoreland on the right-hand side, the new Maya restaurant.
Okay.
It's Italian. The kids' grandparents used to own the restaurant years ago, and Sinatra was there, and others. And the place was packed on a Monday night, and the food was really, really good.
Oh, so you were there last night?
Yeah, we were there last night. Yeah. Food is good.
A A lot of places close on Mondays.
And I think that makes for a smart day to be open, right? On
Yeah.
a Monday.
Yeah.
Anyway, we did that last night. What else this morning?
He's running behind that one person.
Biker's free money question of the day. This morning, Davey, is going to be worth a whopping
$200.
Nice job,
we'll get to that.
Smitty.
And we'll give you a chance to get in on Jimmy Fallon tickets. And we'll do that right around 7:35 this morning. Jimmy, of course, coming to the Rome Capitol Theater February 7th, which is a week from this Saturday. He'll be up here, and we'll pack him in at the Rome Capitol. Get your tickets at romecapital.com.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Big plug during yesterday's show with him. Mentioned he was on with us on the air yesterday.
And, of course, yesterday a lot of talk about the Minneapolis stuff. And, I hate to say I'm right, but once again, it's tough being right. It's very, very difficult. It's sometimes it keeps me up at night. The reality is Trump is pulling back. This is just a horrible look. And I spoke with people yesterday, two people, one who was former military and another who was a former police officer. Both of them saying that this is not how they were trained, not how they, and I think there's chaos. What's his name? Who used to do middays here? He used to cry all the time.
Rush Limbaugh?
Rush Limbaugh never cried.
Oh, Glenn Beck?
Glenn Beck cried. Right. Anyway, he has his own thing going on now. And yesterday had an interesting take on this. And he went frame by frame, like so many media outlets are doing, right? And you clearly see where one of the ICE agents reached in under the guy's shirt, pulled the gun out, and ran out of the scene. Basically went away from the melee that was down on the ground. Then somebody yelled, "Gun." And within a second after that, all these things are happening so very quickly. Within a second after that, in the chaos, boom, 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 maybe another gunshot. Terrible. The fact is, what he said is clearly this kid should not have been shot. He never pulled his gun out on police, on ICE agents. He never should have been shot. However, in the chaos of it all, the ICE agent hears gun, and I'm telling you, these guys are not trained. They are not trained for this. As much as the director of Homeland Security says that they are not. And so many new ICE agents have come in, and you're in a chaotic scene. And so his take was, I completely feel he should not have been shot. We can all question, what are you bringing that gun to the scene for? For self-protection is what we believe when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, is it a wise move? Is it a wise move to even be there? I think if you have kids, you would tell your kids, stay away from that scene. There's only trouble. You're only going to get yourself in trouble. It's only going to turn out badly, so stay away. But it doesn't always work out that way. But his take, the guy should not have been shot. However, he can understand in the chaos how a mistake could have been made. And I think that really is the best description of what occurred. I don't believe the ICE agent was there to execute. I think that a mistake was made. There was fear. The word gun was yelled out, and shots were fired. And it just shows you the whole chaotic scene has got to calm. And that is not up to ICE. It's up to President Trump, and it's up to the governor of Minnesota. And it seems yesterday that the two spoke and had a calm things down conversation. Both walked away. I don't know what President Trump tweeted on Truth Social last night, but both walked away with a positive report on how the conversation went. And now Trump is pulling some of these people back.
Yeah, and I spoke to someone yesterday, too, who was in law enforcement, and this person's point was, if there was more partnership, more working together, like, for instance, with the protesters coming and kind of surrounding the ICE agents, that maybe that would be a job that law enforcement would do.
And listen, I agree with that. And the problem you end up having is there's fault on both sides. It's just so political. Trump doesn't go into Minnesota saying, we're going to have I'm going to sit down with the governor. No, it's all done out on Truth Social. And This is a filthy city. They've allowed these filthy Somalians to come in. We're going to come in there and we're going to clean it up. That's not starting out really well. So then you've got Walz fighting back and the two of them fighting in the media. It just begins it's just a bad start to the whole thing. I think everybody, hopefully this meeting between Trump and the governor went well yesterday as reported, and maybe there's some calming of the emotions there in Minneapolis. But it just doesn't. This is not. This is number two. Enough is enough. This has got to stop.
Agreed.
But to think that criticizing this and saying that this guy shouldn't have died is somehow anti-police, give me a freaking break. If you can't look at a situation and isolate yourself to be able to say this is wrong, and that isn't a blanket statement on I want to defund police. I mean, look at yourself here, and just you should be able to look at this logically and honestly. And it's just a really terrible, unfortunate situation. And I can't imagine that the ICE agent who shot and killed this guy is looking back on it, probably frame by frame like the rest of us. I can't imagine he's handling this. I can't imagine he's handling this very well.
Right.
So there's a lot to consider. I would think today is through all of this. Today is National Chocolate Cake Day. I don't know why. I don't know how. But it is, that's what it is today.
Today is also International Holocaust Remembrance Day.
You're listening to radio the longer you listen. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to necessarily go. There is a museum of personal failure. This is a museum out there of humans and their failures. And, if you're not trying, if you're not failing, you're not trying.
That's true.
So there are many failures. So in order to get to success, usually there's failure.
This museum is curated by the wife, right? Is that?
I believe it is. She's usually the first one to explain, well, you're a failure. What you've done is a failure. A pop-up museum called the Museum of Personal Failure just opened in Vancouver. It features items that include a dead plant, a divorced woman's wedding dress, and a whole wall of rejected job applications.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here is the creator of the museum, Evian Collins, and some of the exhibitors talking about the museum and their pieces. And I'll talk about some irony coming up in a second. Hold on.
It's a concept exploration, I've been calling it. It's people invited to express their experiences of failure in whatever way that they want to.
So this is I called it $33 bill failed album. These are some of the first musical ideas that I really ever came up with.
I make knives that have been sold all over the world. This is the first knife I finished in 2025, a year ago. And when I went to sharpen it, I found out that I couldn't sharpen it. Something was wrong with it.
Well, you probably used the wrong metal, right?
I guess.
I think the irony of it all is at some point this museum is going to fail, and it'll be a part of it'll consume itself.
Honestly, it's off to a kind of a rocky start right now.
I think it is, to be honest with you. I do think it absolutely is. And the snow yesterday, talking about does it snow when it's cold? Is there such a thing as it's too cold to snow? We kind of know that's not true. It snowed all day yesterday. And in some cases, the snow came down pretty good. I think we probably got, I don't know, maybe an inch or so through the day. Up north, they got some real snow. Davy's house, 2 feet of snow fell. No? But he did get some snow. And it was a slippery snow, and now we're dealing with cold.
Yeah.
And to the north,
cold
snow
Sunday
squalls.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the north, snow squalls, where they could get 6 to 12 inches of snow up north more. So, snowmobilers, skiers, all of that. I think there's hope as you head into this weekend. There is some hope. Coming up, we'll speak also with Anthony Amodio. He is the owner of Filomena's Sala Maria. It is an Italian deli bringing the taste of Italian nostalgia near Utica's Union Station down on 412 Main Street. And if you've had his tomato pie, you've experienced a little glory, because that tomato pie is really good. I do believe that depending on which restaurant or who makes the tomato pie, each one is its own interesting meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have Charlie DiGustina making his style of tomato pie. Frank Cristiano does the old world tomato pie, which is completely different, more of a style you might find in Italy. Roma's, and I mean, the list just goes on. And then this new tomato pie, which you can find also at Shenantries, is Anthony Amodio, and we'll speak with him coming up in just a little while.
Napoli's is obviously another one that
Napoli's
gets
is a great one.
a lot of consideration. If
There's another place in Washington Mills that makes it in addition to Roma's and Tony's.
If you haven't tried this, though, again, we had it on the air, and I'm telling you, it was the crispness on the crust.
There's an olive oil to it and a crispiness, and it's just really good. We'll speak with him.
Sauce is so good. So I just
in a little bit.
I know a lot of people debate: is it Napoli's? Is it Roma's? I actually think that this tomato pie is certainly up there in the conversation. If you haven't had it yet, you should try it.
Also, later this morning, we'll speak with Erica Esch, the wife of Rob Esch, Utica Comets. Friday night is Friday night. Next Friday is the Star Wars Day. This Friday is when they're pulling the drawing, isn't it? Or is it Saturday?
Saturday the 30th.
Saturday night, 31st, is the drawing for either a Corvette or $75,000. And they've limited the number of tickets to be sold to no more than 2,000. Tickets are $100. So worth getting into. I mean, you play the lottery. You know what your odds are there. They're horrific.
Yeah.
So a 1 in 2,000 chance, if they do sell all 2,000 tickets, is pretty good. So we'll speak with her on that, and that drawing coming up this weekend on Saturday, 6:40. Manaski with an update right now.
Bill, clear skies, 4 degrees. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 6:40. With tension still high on the ground, top Border Patrol official Greg Bovino is leaving Minneapolis and returning to his old position in El Centro, California. Bovino has been serving as Customs and Border Protection Commander at large, a position seen as temporary. His departure comes as Border Patrol is planning to also drop the number of agents in Minneapolis this week, according to multiple reports. All of this follows the fatal shooting over the weekend of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by a federal immigration agent. Senate Democrats are preparing to speed up passage of 5 government funding bills to avoid a partial government shutdown. Senator Chuck Schumer made the announcement Monday. However, the Democrats' plan will exclude funding for the Department of Homeland Security. The death toll from the massive winter storm that's been stalking much of the country for days now stands at about 3 dozen. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses, mostly in the South, are still without electricity after ice and freezing rain took their toll on power lines. Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day set aside each year to remember the millions killed by the Nazi Third Reich during World War II. Some 12 million people were systemically murdered by the regime between 1933 and 1945, including 6 million Jews. President Trump heading to Iowa today. The White House says his speech in the city will focus on affordability and energy. And Meta wants to see how hooked you are on social media. So much so that you'd pay for it?
I think there are some, probably.
The company tells TechCrunch they're testing an optional subscription model for Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Meta says future subscriptions would unlock extra features like AI tools.
They're going to try to make money on AI, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what is this? Like, how many times did so-and-so check out my profile picture?
Well, I got to tell you, Facebook is really big with the older population. And oftentimes you hear people 50-plus say, I would never pay for that. Well, just get the app. Now, I don't pay for those. I find it difficult that group is willing to pay for Facebook when they've had it for free all this time.
I agree.
And they're still pumping you with ads, right?
Yeah, they make plenty of money.
They're still
without charging you.
Yeah.
WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time 6:43. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
The warnings still do not include Oneida County. It's north where the snow showers will accumulate 6+ inches. Still may end up with a couple of inches here and there between today, tonight, tomorrow. So scattered snow showers, really, as you go northern Oneida County, a better chance of seeing some accumulations. But blowing snow, maybe some drifting snow, and struggling to get to 15 today. Wind chills below 0. 7 above tonight. North Country probably going below 0 with snow showers, and some snow showers upper teens tomorrow. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Clear skies and 4 degrees at 6:44.
Oh, it's beautiful out. Coming up, as we said, we'll talk a little tomato pie and more in just a minute. Stand by.
One of America's funniest comedians is coming back to Utica. Jimmy Fallon, comedian and host of Fox Across America on WIDX, a TD host of Fox News, Saturday night, bringing an all-new hilarious show to the Rome Capitol Theater, Saturday, February 7th at 7 p.m. Tickets start at $38 and can be purchased at RomeCapital.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Purchase tickets at the box office or at RomeCapital.com. Jimmy Fallon. One night, one show. Get your tickets now.
Italian subs for your finance team at Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/plan for 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, I have a bunch of comments we'll get to coming up in a minute. And first, let's go with Anthony Amodio is the owner of Filomena's Sala Maria. Is that, did I say that correctly?
Perfectly.
All right. I'm a wannabe. That's what I am. So, you sell your tomato pie, Mazzaferro's, at Chinantries.
Gualtieri's and Filomena's.
Okay, and then on top of it, you're a busy guy. You've actually opened another place as well.
Yes, we took over operations at Club Monarch in October, and we also during the winter we run the Utica Curling Club, and in the summer we run the Delta Lake Yacht Club.
Wow. Wow, you're a busy guy. And I'm seeing, all right, what do we have here? You brought some samples here this morning.
Well, we also have some really wonderfully skilled bakers. And so we started selling homemade cheesecake, homemade tiramisu, cannolis. So I brought you a cheesecake, and then I brought you 2 samples of our tomato pie. One our regular tomato pie, and the other one is a pan-fried prosciutto, roasted garlic, and long hot peppers.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
All no carbs.
Yes,
Yep,
absolutely.
no carbs in any of it.
You will not want to nap after that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Or wrong. So talk about Philomena's, which is down in the Main Street area of Utica, Union Station area.
Well, it was just a dream of mine for years. I come from a family that, excuse me, in the early 20s opened a deli-type Sella Maria in East Utica called Mezzanini's and Sons. Opened in the early 20s. It was my great-grandparents. And I just remember going into the store and smelling the olives and smelling the garlic and what have you, and just have been surrounded by food my entire life. I guess food was there for us during the happy times, the sad times, any kind of memorable event, good, bad, or indifferent. So our love of food became a passion of mine. And so I've been in the restaurant industry for about 35 years and have done just about everything. And then I finally followed my dream at 60 years old.
Wow, good for you. And it is to be able to do it on your own and do your own stuff is very satisfying.
Yeah, rewarding.
Very rewarding. And I had mentioned Providence when I was there at Federal Hill. And as I think about it, I go back to visit, but working there was a long time ago. But that place, there's a deli up there on Federal Hill that is still there. It's been there for years. And I think it's very much in the style of what you have at Philomena's.
Yeah, I'm very, very fortunate. I have 3 gentlemen that work for me that went to Johnson and Wales and are familiar with what you're speaking of.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give something that was a little bit different here, although have the same. I just put a twist on, what everyone's used to.
Yeah, and that's really like the tomato pie. When you first came in, you're like, well, it's really just tomato pie. Manaski, is it just tomato pie?
No, it's not just tomato pie.
I do believe that everybody has their own. Each one is like a different meal. So different, and if you know Utica style tomato pie, you can taste it and say, I know where that's from. Right? That's kind of
everyone has a distinct flavor.
All right, and then what's going on at Club Monarch? This opens the door for you to do a lot of things.
For sure. We took that over in October. Obviously, it's a banquet hall, but also a couple of weeks ago, we started Friday night dinners with music, live music.
Nice.
And on Valentine's Day, we're going to have a great celebration with Soul Injection. So, we're hoping to bring back a little bit of nostalgia there.
Yeah.
Where people can come out, listen to the live music, eat a great dinner, and be able to enjoy themselves on a Friday night.
Nice. And it's a cool nostalgic vibe, Club Monarch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Which I really like. All right. Well, anything else you want people to know? Come out and try the place. Obviously, Utica, and if you can't get there, there are plenty of places to get the tomato pie.
Well, other than, we're 1 block down from the Utica train station. I put that in all of my social media. Once in a while, you can check out the squirrel that's in the back in the tree that eats our tomato pie that we got a great shot of.
That let's talk about that. That that video went viral.
It's crazy.
And that is a Utica squirrel.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
Eating, if you've not seen it, it's in the tree. Not eating a nut or anything like eating a piece of tomato pie.
And he brought the piece up in its entirety.
Wow, that is so cool.
So
and it's just with his two little hands eating. It's a coolest
I've
video.
had plenty of media outlets get a hold of me and asked if I'd be able to share in with them in distributing it throughout the country or whatever. So I called my attorney and said, let's trademark this thing.
That's smart.
So I'm just waiting on it.
That's really a smart. That's a smart move. All right, good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it, and love people who are investing in the area.
Thanks.
And you certainly are doing that. Quick break.
care.
We'll come back here. Hold tight at WIBX.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Something old is new in the village of New Hartford. Introducing Handshake Antiques, now open at 66 Genesee Street, next to Giorgio's Village Cafe. Not your grandma's antique shop. Think clean, curated, and cool. From high-end furniture, vintage fashion, vinyl records, to oddities and all things eclectic. And we're always buying, so look in your attic or basement. And if it's old, call Handshake Antiques. Plus, inventory changes weekly, so every visit is a new find. Handshake Antiques, where it never went out of style.
Celebrating 100 years.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
One thing I can tell you about people in radio, the minute there's food in the house, all of a sudden, for some reason, the aroma spreads through the building and everybody comes running. So everybody's raving about, I have two things to say on this. The national anthem, I did not watch the Seattle game, but Zach Top is the guy that did the national anthem. They're all raving. Look up if you can for me, who did the national anthem for the AFC championship game? He was a Colorado, or is a Colorado native. They're calling him a Colorado national recording artist. We'll talk about that in a second. But let's listen into Zach Top's anthem because everybody loved it. Here it is.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
I think, yeah. Yeah.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare.
This is a really good version, really good country version of the national anthem.
Proof through the night that
I would love to be able to go back and find the anthem at the AFC Championship by the guy from Denver,
Nathaniel Ratliff.
Ratliff, because it was horrible.
Ratliff.
So he started here, and then the next line moved up an octave, and then went back down. I mean, it was all over the place. It was one of the worst versions of the national anthem I've really ever heard. And you know what? It's kind of apropos because it wasn't all that great of a game either.
It's funny.
When it was all said and done. A couple of comments in here.
This is going to be a great game. Did you hear the anthem? My gosh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they should have known. They should have known.
That's funny.
Mike, when I was in college, senior in college, my suite mates and I had My Life is a Sham wall where we hung all of our rejection letters from companies. The letters would all start out very nice, but around the third paragraph, you'd encounter the words, however,
yes,
or unfortunately.
We regret to inform you.
Yeah. And as far as the AFC game singer, Mike says, national recording artist, what nation are we talking about?
That's funny.
Yeah, because it really was not good. Good morning, please. This is Ann in Rome. Tony's tomato pie is outstanding. Please tell him I'll be there when I'm feeling better. Last night and this morning not feeling well. I think it is the weather. I'm with you on that, Ann. I'm feeling the same way.
This tomato pie, by the way, with the long hots.
And Donna this morning, I'm still watching Homeland. We watched that a while back, and it's really a riveting series. But there just came a point where I kind of, I don't know, I became disinterested.
Well, I think to some extent, they always have to outdo. It's always got to be
That's the problem.
The next biggest scheme that's jaw-dropping, and I couldn't believe this twist and this hook, and it's like after a while, you're wowed out.
You are. And when the guy died or left or whatever in that series, I don't want to give away too much, but that's kind of where we didn't follow it anymore. To think all of this stuff in politics really does go on boggles my mind. Well, it is a TV show, but I do think that stuff happens. I do think it happens. And she says, I wouldn't pay for social media. Facebook would lose me. It's just a way to communicate with old friends you normally don't see. I would never pay for it.
Yeah,
and
I think I'm in that boat, too.
There are a lot of people that feel the same way on all of that. Lots to get to coming up next hour. We'll start with the roundup of the snowstorm from Tony J. Powers coming up in a second. But we'll do all of it with a full forecast and news coming up next.
WIBX Utica Road, W295
From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Tom Holman's in. Greg Bovino's out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After Saturday's controversial shooting that left a protester, Alex Preddy, dead in Minnesota, President Trump has put Tom Homan, his border czar, in charge of immigration enforcement operations there.
He will be reporting directly to the president. Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino had been acting as the Border Patrol lead here, even hosting daily press conferences, really the face of the operation here. But Bovino is now returning to be Sector Chief in El Centro, California, and other Border Patrol agents are leaving as well.
Fox's Matt Finn in Minneapolis.
Yesterday, the president said he had constructive calls with Governor Walz and Mayor Fry. Walz writing afterward, I told him we need impartial investigations of the Minneapolis shootings involving federal agents and that we need to reduce the number of federal agents in Minnesota.
Now an update on the protests in Iran, stopped by deadly force.
At least 6,126 people were killed in the Iranian government's crackdown on protests. That from the US-based human rights activist news agency, which verifies each death with its network in Iran. But the group warns the true total may be higher still.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Those protests against the regime in Iran were sparked by economic problems in that country, and today, Iran's currency fell to a record low against the U.S. dollar. The storm's over, but the problems aren't. After 18 states got a foot of snow and much of the South glazed over by ice, there are still more than 500,000 power outages, many in the Nashville area, where it's 9 degrees right now. Mike Diggs with Middle Tennessee Electric just told Fox it's tough work.
Tree limbs is steadily falling. We've had some crews that put a pole up yesterday, and as they were driving out, another tree fell behind them and broke a pole behind them, so they had to start right back over.
And airlines are still recovering. Another 1,300 flights canceled today after 22,000 cancellations Saturday through Monday. America's listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face. At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
President Trump's changes in Minnesota, putting Border Czar Tom Homan in charge of immigration enforcement operations, comes as some of his fellow Republicans become more critical.
Defense attorney Chris Maddle was running as a Republican for governor of Minnesota. He says he's dropping out because of the federal immigration crackdown.
I cannot support the National Republican's stated retribution on the citizens of our state, nor can I count myself a member of a party that would do so.
Maddle has provided free legal advice to the immigration officer who shot and killed Renee Good in Minneapolis. He says he initially supported Operation Metro's surge, now calling it an unmitigated disaster. And pragmatically, he says, it's nearly impossible now for a Republican to win a statewide election in Minnesota. He says he'd run as an independent if he had the millions of dollars it would take to do it. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Now, the president will focus on the November elections today, going to Iowa as he tries to keep Republicans in control of Congress.
President Trump is headed to a town just outside of Des Moines, Iowa. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt confirmed Monday.
He will be making a local visit at a local business, and then he will be giving a speech on affordability and on the economy. And I know he very much looks forward to being there, to meeting with the great people of Iowa, but also lawmakers as well.
Chief of Staff Susie Wiles has said the president will be traveling weekly ahead of this year's midterms. Recent polling has the president's approval rating anywhere between 39 and about 42%, depending on the poll. Before the 2018 midterms, President Trump's approval rating was in the low to mid-40s, poll depending, when Democrats flipped 41 House seats. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Well, the president might not like what the Fed does or doesn't do this week. A two-day Federal Reserve meeting will soon start, expected to wrap up tomorrow without an interest rate cut. There were 3 rate cuts last year, but the president thinks they were too small and too late. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed ahead of the opening bell. At tennis's Australian Open, top men's seed Carlos Alcaraz advanced to the semifinals today. So did Alina Svitolina on the women's side, beating American Coco Gauff. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have clear skies and 6 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM. News time is 7:05. This news update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Well, tax season has officially arrived. Governor Kathy Hochul issuing an important reminder to New Yorkers, saying the Empire State Child Tax Credit is available and can help either offset taxes or be paid out directly to taxpayers in the form of a refund. For the 2026 filing season, eligible families can receive up to $1,000 per child under the age of 4 and $330 for kids between the ages of 4 and 16. Next year, that credit for the age group rises to $500 per child. The Herkimer County Board of Elections with a reminder for local voters, there is a key deadline coming up if you want to change your party enrollment ahead of the 2026 primary election. The Board of Elections saying that Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, is the last day to update party enrollment for the June primaries. New York State has closed primaries, so only voters enrolled in a party can vote in that party's primary. With cold weather expected to linger for the next few days and beyond, the Oneida County office building will keep serving as a warming center. The building was supposed to stop being a warming center yesterday, but County Executive Anthony Pacenti said it proved to be a popular spot over the weekend with almost 50 people seeking shelter from the elements. Folks can visit the building on Park Ave in Utica from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. Also a reminder, while there is access to restrooms, there are no beds or bedding being provided. And the man who lost his life after a tragic worksite accident in Skaneateles is being identified. Authorities say 27-year-old Hunter Foley was struck in the head by an excavator last Thursday at an address on Coon Hill Road. He was brought to Upstate University Hospital but pronounced dead shortly after. No word yet on who Foley was working for, and that accident remains under investigation. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time coming up on 7:08. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
The warnings still do not include Oneida County. It's north where the snow showers will accumulate 6+ inches. Still may end up with a couple of inches here and there between today, tonight, tomorrow. So scattered snow showers, really, as you go northern Oneida County, a better chance of seeing some accumulations. But blowing snow, maybe some drifting snow, and struggling to get to 15 today. Wind chills below 0. 7 above tonight. North Country probably going below 0 with snow showers, and some snow showers upper teens tomorrow. On the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Clear skies and 6 degrees at 7:08. All right, the Bills will not have Phillip Rivers as their next head coach. The Athletic says the former NFL quarterback has withdrawn his name from consideration for that Bills coaching job.
I can't help but wonder about these withdrawals. So this is the second, right? Mike McDaniels withdrew himself. And now I wonder if they're like, the minute I hear it, I'm wondering, is it, well, I'm definitely not going to get it, so I'm going to withdraw as opposed to them not selecting me. Or, man, I sat down with these people, and it's bad.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Kind of wonder, right?
Yeah, and I do think, again, there are names coming in being interviewed, and there's talk about the interview went well and the Bills are really interested. But when that person withdraws, like, for instance, like a Joe Brady, doesn't it seem like he's not a great candidate? If he's already in the organization, they're opting not to promote him. They're talking about how other guys would be a great fit, but then those guys withdraw. So it's
I don't think they've opted out on Joe Brady. I still think
they haven't pulled if they wanted him, they could have had him, right?
But I still think Joe Brady is a favorite.
Well, Joe Brady was the first one that they interviewed.
He was,
and then Brian Dable came in.
Either way, I think they're gonna lose Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Either as offensive coordinators. Either way, they're looking, I would think, also for an offensive coordinator, but you let your head coach make that move. I would assume.
Yes, but they're also looking at this young stud from offensive coordinator from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if he don't get the job, Jacksonville's already signed him up for another long extension.
All right. Well, I wonder this also. Had Pagula not made any move, would you have people in the media in Buffalo and around the country saying, the Bills have got to get rid of McDermott? Right now, everybody's come to McDermott's defense, and I just feel like a change was needed. I don't know that the McDermott was the change, but I would not be surprised, and we'll never know. You never know, but I would not be surprised if, had they not gotten rid of him or anyone else, there'd be people calling for McDermott's head.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Other news, Shedeur Sanders has now been added to the Pro Bowl roster. He'll replace Patriots quarterback Drake May, who's obviously preparing for Super Bowl 60. The college basketball coaches poll, the top 3 unchanged. You got Arizona, Michigan, and UConn. Duke is up 1 spot to number 4. Nebraska rose 2 spots to round out the top 5. Basketball action, the Knicks seeking their 3rd straight win. They host the Sacramento Kings tonight at MSG. The Nets ready for the next stop on their road trip. They continue a 5-game swing when they visit the Phoenix Suns coming up tonight. And NFL teams hoping to get a good look at some of the upcoming draft prospects this week. Practices for the Senior Bowl begin today. The game will be played on Saturday. Giants general manager Joe Schoen and head coach John Harbaugh will not be in attendance for the practices.
Hey, Davey, I just hit something here on this board now for our console. The mixer, the audio mixer that we use, is for the last about 2 years is digital. It's on a screen, all touch screen, And every once in a while, I become amazed when I hit something by mistake. You can hit a button and everything goes away. You can hit another button where something pops up that I've never seen before. And I now can tell you it's 15 degrees in Manhattan. There's a cold weather advisory. The Rams lost to the Seahawks 31-27. All the scores are up here, Davey. Markets are down. Oh, actually, markets are up. S&P 500 is up to 6,950. I don't even know what this is. How do you get rid of it? I don't see an X. Oh, what'd you bring up? Games. We can play games. Look at this.
Solitaire?
Oops, it's gone now. No, it looks like you can try to kill a deer. It's got a scope and everything. This is quite
okay.
I don't know what this is, Davey, but here's Deer Hunter. It's called Contract Deer Hunter is the name of the game. Is there any need to play games? If you're in a radio studio, you want to play video games?
No.
We would not have the time for that. Okay, we have a lot to get to this hour, including Hobica's free money question of the day, and it's worth $200 along with Jimmy Fallon tickets. We'll do that coming up at about 7:35. So maybe you're thinking about selling your home. Where do we go? Where do you go to sell your home? I would highly recommend River Hills Properties. It's something that we have personal experience with because when we sold our home, we used River Hills. And they did a tremendous job for us. They were the only ones we could find that every time the house was shown, and we literally asked for this, not even realizing this is something that one of their main services. And we could not find an agent that would say, well, we won't show the house without you there or without someone there. A lot of times they really don't want the owner there. But River Hills said we never use the lockbox. We always have your listing agent there when the house is shown. We coordinate it. And that's what we wanted. And that's what we got with River Hills. And that's what everybody gets. It's all about the services they provide. And it's here and also in South Florida, Southwest Florida, the Gulf Coast side of Florida. That's where our own Andrew Dominio spends much of his time away from this cold weather. Although it is a bit chilly in parts of Florida these days. River Hills Properties has offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Copenhagen, and Utica, Newport, coming soon to Rome and the amazing Gulf Coast of Florida, Sarasota, Naples, and Marco Island. And it's that full service, whether you're up here or down there. And if you're thinking about selling your home, the people at River Hills can assist. If you're even wondering, what is my house worth now? You may very well be surprised what your house could go on the market for. I think you would be surprised. Call River Hills today. Phone number is 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties. Nobody is able to run down a news story or a weather story like Tanya J. Powers. And that's why she's here with us right now. Tanya, good morning. A lot of people without power right now.
Yes, a lot of people without power. Let me give you the latest numbers. I just looked these up in the last hour. 542,792 in the U.S. without power. In Tennessee, there's 175,000 people without it, and Mississippi, 140,000. Louisiana has 99,000. Those are the three biggest areas without power right now. There have been more than 24 people have died in this storm. Now, it's still unknown if that is. The numbers are very fluid. I'm seeing everything from 22 to 30. So there have been, but this was a deadly storm. No doubt about it. There are places in Mississippi that it's going to take weeks for them to get power back. I just got a text from a friend of mine who lives in North Mississippi that I've been getting updates from. They've not had power since 1 a.m. Sunday, and she just texted me and said, "Yeah, that we have no water." A lot of those communities haven't had water since this happened. So you're talking about a lot of folks who are facing some serious circumstances, and it's still cold.
And one of the problems when people lose power and it's cold and they lose heat is they try to come up with a solution that is unsafe, whether it be some sort of a propane gas heater or or maybe your stove works, so they're trying to run their stove or their oven to heat things up. That can be extremely dangerous, and every year we see people who end up unfortunately passing away because of either starting a fire or carbon monoxide poisoning. So got to be very, very careful. And then these are areas, part of what we talked about yesterday, Tanya, especially as you get into Mississippi and places in the South, they just are not accustomed to dealing with this type of weather. But on top of it, a lot of it in the southern part of the country involved a lot of ice, which put tension on trees and limbs and power lines.
Yeah, I mean, I lived in the South until I moved here almost 13 years ago, and the number of times that we had fluffy snow and no ice underneath it, or just any kind of like fluffy snow that wasn't mainly ice, I can count on one hand, because mostly that's what you're dealing with down there. It's not when we say they got snow, it's not like snow here. You can make snowballs. Down there, it's kind of ice crystals, and there's some snow with it, and it kind of comes along for the ride. But most of the stuff that they have to deal with down there when they get winter weather is ice, and then you have all those trees, and the power lines aren't buried. They're all up in the air on poles. They don't do it like some places where you don't have power lines that because if you have this kind of weather all the time, some places bury them and then you don't have to deal with this. That's not the case there. So you've got it's a lot more serious when these trees get weighted down and they fall all over.
And listen, let's not forget. Usually in the springtime is when we get that wet, heavy snow and ice, and it wreaks havoc even up here where we're kind of used to it. The weight on the power lines and on the trees and the tree limbs can be really, really dangerous. So all right, this was and here we are saying we got about a foot of snow. They were calling for 24 inches. We didn't get that. This was just another snowstorm for us. But it is different in other parts. It certainly is more abnormal. This storm was so enormous that it just basically stretched across the entire country. It was crazy.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, Texas really they took a beating as well. Now they haven't seen the widespread power outages like they did a few years ago. They I guess fixed that problem, but they're still dealing with a lot of the after effects of this too. And the bitter cold is just it's settled in, and it's basically kind of going to be here for a few days. I'm hoping we don't see that death toll continue to go up because of people with no heat in their house.
Yeah. Terrible. I did see a humorous meme out of a friend in Texas the other day, and it basically said, "Ted Cruz has gone on vacation. We're all in big trouble." Because if you remember the last time he went on vacation, they had that huge power outage with the snow and all of that, and he received criticism for being in wherever, Tahiti, while everybody was suffering in Texas. So, okay, interesting stuff, Tanya. We appreciate the update. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Tanya J. Powers. This is also a very interesting story. Joe Walsh. Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Joe Walsh, and has never missed an Eagles concert since he joined the band in 1975, 50 years ago.
Do we know how many that is?
A lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. But here's the story. He finally had to drop out of one of the shows for the first time at the Sphere. I would just love to see this show in Vegas. He got the flu, and he could not make the show. Don Henley announced on stage that they didn't want to cancel, so they filled Joe's guitar parts with, which would be a really cool show, Deacon Fry, Glenn Fry's son, and Vince Gill, which had to be a pretty cool show. But they did drop Joe Walsh's song, Funk Number 49, and did Best of My Love instead. To put the timeline into perspective, the Eagles almost 50 years ago performing Funk 49 with Joe at the LA Forum. The rest of the lineup then was Don Henley, Glenn Fry, Don Felder, and Randy Meisner. And this is the first time in 50 years he's ever missed a show.
Wow.
Pretty wild. Joe Walsh. And they sent us some audio. I don't know what the audio is. Is this... Here we go. Kind of hard to do that without Joe Walsh.
Sounds like they did it, though.
This is old. This is from like 20 years ago. Anyway, quick break. We'll come right back. Hold tight. 722 at WIBX.
President's Day sale is on at Mattress Express. Save up to $1,350 on New York State's largest selection from New York State's largest specialty bedding retailer. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
Italian subs for your finance team in Chicago. Easy Cater. Burritos for your call center crew in Plano. Easy Cater. Bagels for your sales reps meeting clients in Charlotte. Easy Cater. Hot chicken sandwiches for your third shift warehouse workers in Memphis. Easy Cater. Your teams may be spread out across the country, but you've got one platform to feed them all, whenever and wherever they work, with food they love from favorite restaurants. Easy Cater. Food for the workplace, all in one place. Order now at easycater.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
What's going on, Rome, New York? It's your main man, Jimmy Fallon from Fox Across America and Fox News Saturday Night. And listen up, folks, I am headed your way. February 7th, we're at the Rome Capitol Theater. You got a chance to get tickets to see me do what I do best, which is drink in the green room. But afterwards, I'll be on stage doing live comedy, a Q&A, a meet and greet. We're signing books. We're signing boobs. We're signing butts. You bring it. I got the Sharpie. We're doing a dang thing. Saturday night, February 7th, the Rome Capitol Theater. I will see you there.
Can't wait for that. Next week. The Steve Pawnee Mazda New Mazda sales event is back. You can save on a new Mazda lease or enjoy 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 0.9% on turbo models, with 0.9% on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s and 1.9% on hybrids, and 2.9% on the new 2025 Mazda CX-30. See the dealership for details. As Ricky Z says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Steve Pawnee Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, I don't know if you realize this, but in studio right now, I got to make a little move here for you. In studio, I'm slowing it down. I've lost it here, Davey. There it is. In studio right now is Erica Esch. Erica, good morning. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. You got to be really, really tight on that mic. I don't know that everybody knows, but
I'll get closer.
We decided not to do the drawing on Saturday night. And Erica is here to award me with the Corvette. I think I'm going to take the cash. I'll take the $75,000 in cash.
I don't blame you.
So explain this. This is for those who play the lottery and your chances are 1 in a gazillion. This is 1 in about 2,000.
About 2,000. Right now, we've sold about a little bit over 1,200 tickets. So your odds are even more amazing and incredible. So, yeah, it's definitely a great fundraiser, a great way to help children and family in the communities, in our community. It's just
it's
great
awesome.
odds, $100 ticket.
And $100 ticket. So You can buy them at any of the games. Do we?
Yes.
Do we play
So
Friday?
there is a
Wednesday
game
night.
on Saturday.
Okay,
which is when we are drawing.
Yeah. So you can dry it. You can buy it on Saturday.
We could buy it there. You could buy them at the Bank Center all week long. Also at the restaurants at Babes, Taylor and the Cook, Aquavino, Davidson has partnered up with us with the Corvette. So at Davidson's Auto Group.
You can also buy the ticket online.
Yes.
I believe.
Through our website of saveoftheday.org.
So talk about $75,000.
Yeah, are you taking
Would
the
you
car
take
or the
bet?
money?
She's just announced that I won. So do you realize right now they've only sold 1,200 tickets? Bless you. Which means, remember when someone would sneeze and we'd run out of the studio? Now he sneezed 3 times. How are we doing?
Or these peppers loosened me right up.
Oh, Tony Amodio brought in
it's a tomato pie with long hots on it.
They're hot.
Got my eyes running, my nose running.
So only 1,200 tickets so far. So obviously you will sell more before Saturday, but those odds are pretty darn good when you take a look at the odds when you're playing the lottery or Powerball.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So talk about what you do at Save of the Day. Some of the things that, and I know that in the past, one of the recipients is our organization, Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. So they've helped us out, but you help so many out.
Yeah, so it's a really phenomenal foundation. It's nonprofit. It's non-administrative, so nobody gets paid. Every dollar in is every dollar out.
Yeah.
All the money and everything we raise stays right here in our local community, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So we really just help family and children facing life-threatening illnesses, just going through really tough and difficult times. If it's financial circumstances or, just need that support.
Yeah.
And then with the support of UCFC and the Comets, which are amazing partners, they've definitely made families and children, just have a smile on their face or just happy and different, and different other ways in our community. We support our military as well as health and wellness with our youth.
And it's something that I think has been near and dear for Rob.
Of course.
And let's not forget, he has contributed tremendously to the community, all the things that have been done and created and invested in. We were in Buffalo, and my wife was checking out somewhere, and I can't remember exactly where it was. But anyway, we're there, and the woman saw the bank card that my wife had used and said, "Are you from the Utica area?" And yes. And she said, "You're the third person today that I've had. Are you heading to Utica for a hockey tournament?" But in Buffalo, they're talking about the hockey tournaments, kids hockey tournaments at Nexus.
At Nexus, yeah.
And so we were like the third Utica reference for them. Two others were on their way here. So it just shows you that these investments have really paid off for the area.
Yeah, definitely. Rob started it back in 2003 with Alicia Dix and a few other friends, and they just really wanted to, help the community out. And it kind of spiraled from when he played hockey into what it is today.
Where we are today. All right.
Really amazing.
Go to the Comets website or Save of the Day.
Saveoftheday.org. Any of the restaurants, Babes, Taylor and the Cook.
Okay.
Aquavino, as well as just come to the Adirondack Bank Center.
Yeah. I believe I was with somebody who bought their ticket right at the bar at Aquavino, waiting for dinner. So right on their phone. Again, only 2,000 total will be sold. The drawing is Saturday night. You don't have to be at the game, but it would be nice to be there, too, to see your winning number come up. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, just it's a win-win. You're helping children and families in our community, and you could
win
a really
chance.
awesome prize.
Yeah. Would you take the vet or would you take the cash?
Well, I don't qualify, however,
I
but
understand.
I would take the cash.
Yeah, I think so.
But maybe cruising up Genesee Street in the vet might be fun, too.
Yeah. I wonder if you could take the vet and then drive it around a little bit and then sell it. Probably would still make a pretty good.
Well, if you drive it around Utica, you got to pay for the alignment.
The
realign the vehicle, and that's coming out of your
pocket. And with the salt and everything up here, it'll start to rust within just months. So maybe you take the cash. All right, good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's saveoftheday.org. or any of the affiliated restaurants or the Odd or Nexus, all that. Stand by. Coming right back, 7:31. Manaski updates the news coming up at WIBX.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Listen closely. If your retirement funds include an IRA or 401k, this matters right now. The stock market is at an all-time high. The dollar is under pressure. Interest rates are heading down, and leading economists are warning that the global financial system is changing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold investment guide, valued at $49, plus your free copy of economist Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Investors across America are turning to gold and silver with Advantage Gold. Right now, silver is flashing a signal you can't ignore. Silver prices have been rising sharply, and history shows when silver moves, it can move fast. Learn more before this window closes. Call 800-900-8000 right now to get your free precious metals rollover kit. Find out about a tax and penalty-free rollover in 2026. Gold and silver can surge when the economy shifts, and they don't wait for permission. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Coming up, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day, and I want to tell you, today and tomorrow, Davey, one of the prizes in the Habaika free money question will give you a chance at Jimmy Fallon tickets, but also I have a ticket to give you that is one of the $100 tickets, and you'll be up for the $75,000.
Okay, so today's free money prize could be $75,000.
$75,000.
No
$75,200.
Okay, that's awesome.
On the line. So we'll do a ticket today, and maybe tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see what we
Okay.
do there. But I have 2 tickets to give away, and you can go to saveoftheday.org to purchase your ticket. And as I said, only about 1,200 right now. No more than 2,000 will be sold, and that chance is coming up in just a second. Think of a good number caller you're looking for, Davey. We'll do that after Manaski's News, which is right now.
Good morning, Bill. We have clear skies, 6 degrees at 7:35. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Around 3 dozen people have died across several states from the weekend's massive winter storm. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses, mostly in the South, are still without electricity after ice and freezing rain took their toll on power lines. The majority of those outages, at last check, were in the state of Tennessee. Top Border Patrol official Greg Bovino is departing Minneapolis. He has been serving as Customs and Border Protection Commander at Large, a position seen as temporary. His departure comes after the fatal shooting over the weekend of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by a federal immigration agent. Senate Democrats want to avoid a partial government shutdown at the end of this week, so says Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. However, the Democrats' funding plan will exclude funding for the Department of Homeland Security. If a deal cannot be reached by Friday, it would result in a partial government shutdown. The body of the final Israeli hostage has been recovered in Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces saying the family of the 24-year-old man has been informed that their loved one has been identified and will be returned for burial. This now paves the way for the second phase of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. USA Today will be the new owner of the Detroit News. They already own the Detroit Free Press, which has competed with the Detroit News for over 150 years. The joint operating agreement with the two Motown newspapers ended in December, and USA Today says they will maintain both newspapers as separate products with distinct voices. And gold prices went above $5,100 an ounce for the first time. It's funny, Joe Lode was in here Friday and was talking about the dramatic rise in gold prices, and I think he was even trying to sell me some gold. But the milestone was crossed on Monday as investors look to the asset as geopolitical uncertainties mount. The price went up 64% in 2025 alone. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 7:38. Here is your Weather Center forecast.
The warnings still do not include Oneida County. It's north where the snow showers will accumulate 6+ inches. Still may end up with a couple of inches here and there between today, tonight, tomorrow. So scattered snow showers. Really, as you go northern Oneida County, a better chance of seeing some accumulations. But blowing snow, maybe some drifting snow, and struggling to get to 15 today. Wind chills below 0. 7 above tonight. North Country probably going below 0 with snow showers, and some snow showers upper teens tomorrow. On the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
A little bit of sunshine, 6 degrees at 7:38.
All right, let's do Davey Hovaika's free money question of the day. And on the line this morning, I love this, $200 and a pair of Jimmy Fallon tickets would be question number 2. And maybe we do it this way. A pair of Jimmy Fallon tickets and a ticket for the $75,000 Corvette Save of the Day raffle that is going on right now. You get your choice of $75,000 or a 2026 Corvette if you win. So question number 1 is going to be for the cash. Question 2 is for Jimmy Fallon and the ticket.
Okay.
How about that?
I got you.
All right, Davey, you're looking for caller number. I mean, just being the correct number caller puts you in a potential to be able to win here. What caller number are you looking for right now?
Caller 8.
8th caller right now says the man, 315-736-0186. We'll do it next at WIBX.
One of America's funniest comedians is coming back to Utica. Jimmy Fallon, comedian and host of Fox Across America on WIDX, a TD host of Fox News, Saturday night, bringing an all-new hilarious show to the Rome Capitol Theater, Saturday, February 7th at 7 p.m. Tickets start at $38 and can be purchased at RomeCapital.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Purchase tickets at the box office or at RomeCapital.com. Jimmy Fallon. One night, one show. Get your tickets now.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Looking for an insurance agency that treats you like family? Look no further than WB Payne Insurance, a family-owned and operated agency serving the community for over 65 years. At WB Payne Insurance, they understand that family comes first, and they're here to protect what matters most to you. Whether it's your home, your car, or your business, they've got you covered. WB Payne Insurance. Learn more or get a quote today by visiting WBPayneco.com. WB Payne Insurance, protecting your family like it's their own, with smart solutions to save you money.
IBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay. right, so now I just want to go through this again. The first question that we will be giving is for $200 from the Hobeika Law Firm, Joseph and Andrew Hobeika. If you have legal issues, call 315-724-1600 for the Hobeika Law Firm. That's question one. Question two will be for a pair of Jimmy Fallon tickets and a ticket to this raffle that happens Saturday night at the Comets game, where you could win $75,000 in cash or a 2026 Chevy Corvette. Which would you select? I think you would take the cash, you said.
I think I would, yes.
Yeah. This is a really good-looking vehicle, though. I got to tell you, from Davidson. And in this case, the tickets are $100. The drawing is Saturday night. This will be for question number two. Davey, who is on line two?
Nina from Utica, Bill.
Hello, Nina. Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you? Is there any way I can get you to go off speaker because it's tough for us to hear you there?
Oh. I'm off.
Gotcha now. How are you, Nina?
I'm great. How are you?
You'll be a lot better if you win, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for $200, here is your question. The U.S. population is 349 million people. Did you know that?
No.
The U.S. population is 349 million. How many on Earth? Ready, go.
800 million.
That's a good guess, but you're off by about 7 billion.
Is it
really?
Yeah.
Is it 7?
The world United States population is 349 million.
Mm-hmm.
The world's population is, Manaski?
I don't know, 7.5 billion?
7.8.
Okay.
7. We counted everyone just the last week.
Oh, okay.
We came to the conclusion it's 7.8 billion people with a B.
How did we do that? We just raise your hand?
Everyone.
Once we count you, you can put your hand
1, 2, 3,
down.
4, 5. So you've seen it done in classrooms, teachers, right? On the bus, making sure you got everybody on the bus so we don't leave the old lady behind.
Put the hands back up. We miscounted. We're going to have to start over.
Well, that was disappointing. However, we're now going to give you a chance to win tickets to see Jimmy Fallon on February 7th, a week from this Saturday, at the Rome Capitol Theater. Go to romecapital.com for tickets. And you want me to include the other thing, too? A ticket, a $100 ticket to win this Saturday night. Hopefully you win $75,000 or a Chevy Corvette. And if you're ready, I'm going to give you one more question. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Now get this one. Here is your question. The U.S. population is... I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. All right, here's your question. And think about this. Which Elvis movie soundtrack contained the hits Can't Help Falling in Love and Rock-a-Hula Baby? Ready, go. The clue here is Rock-a-Hula Baby. Davey, do you want to guess on that one?
Yeah, Fun in Acapulco or Blue Hawaii.
It's Blue Hawaii, yeah.
Rock the hula, rock the hula. I remember. I love that song.
Yeah,
His
you do.
mother was Angela Lansbury in that.
Nina,
he was Chadwick.
We got him going, Nina.
Oh, you did.
Oh, boy.
That's one of my favorite all-time Elvis movies. Besides that, and Viva Las Vegas.
Viva, yeah. Thank you very much.
How many movies did Elvis do?
Too many.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
You're lucky.
Come on over, Jeff. I'll let you borrow them anytime you want.
Nina, they weren't written by rocket scientists. That's for darn sure. Nina.
Sorry.
Well, listen, Blue Hawaii was what we were looking for, and we are going to give you, though, the $25 gift card. It's the Aquavino. Go to Aquavino, the Comets games, Taylor and the Cook, Babes. It's the all-in-one food and fun card. So stand by. Davey's going to hook you up, okay?
All right.
All right,
Thank
Nina.
you.
Thank you. I thought that one might have been a goodie. And I was going to do it without including Rocka Hula Baby, but the hula is the key. Hula Hawaii. I was hoping, but it's hard when the time is ticking. It's hard.
I didn't realize Elvis was in so many movies.
He was in, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 movies. I don't know exactly how many. Are you looking it up?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm reading a comment here from Big Honey. Let's see. The ice storm has been really confusing me with the ice problems that are having in Minnesota.
I did find it yesterday when we were talking about ice. Ray Stajic mentioned ice, and I'm like, oh, don't get this going again.
Yeah.
And he was talking about ice.
I bet I know what the most used word was for the past week.
Yeah, he may be right. On the line right now is Christopher Schmidt. He is running for Congress in the 21st Congressional District. 39-year-old man from Hudson Falls. And that district makes its way up into our region as well, District 21, Congressional District. And good morning, Christopher. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Bill. Thank you for having me.
Okay, are you ready? Which Elvis movie
Yes,
soundtrack contained Rocka Hula Baby?
That was the.
That was Blue Hawaii.
I was dancing to. Was it Jim singing there? So I was kind of distracted.
That was Davey. Yes, Davey will distract you with his with his Elvis dancing and singing. All right.
Beautiful serenade.
Tell us a little bit about you. You're running as an independent candidate. Talk about that and why you're running for Congress.
Well, I'm running for the 21st district because our people here in upstate are kind of tired of the politics. I want to fight for our people. I think Washington is a little disconnected, and the representation that we've had just isn't getting the job done. We've seen that in Albany, for instance, and some of these career politicians just aren't doing the job that we're asking them to do.
What do you do for a living?
I do different types of things wherever the money is, you know.
Okay.
I ran a newspaper for a couple of years. I had a music studio. I've done some construction. I've worked in restaurants. Have a beard oil company. Sold some coffee from Mexico. You know, wherever it's at, you know, you got to make a living.
You do. You do have to. How are you handling the? Robert Smullen is running in that district. Of course, this is the Elise Stefanik district, which was a big surprise when we learned that she's not running for re-election. And
it's a little surprising.
And then you also have to deal with the rocket scientist there, Constantino, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's got to be fun. So,
yeah,
how do you? What do you want to bring an independent voice to Congress? How do you? This is a really conservative district, the 21st.
And I have a lot of conservative values.
Okay, all right.
Smaller government, less federal power, more back to the states and local communities. Our municipalities need more power, and more of the local money needs to stay here.
Yeah,
because they know what infrastructure projects need to be done and how to prioritize. Obviously, there's a little overspending in certain cases, but that's why we have to have oversight and transparency in this.
Yeah. By the way, the 21st covers Fort Drum and Griffiths, Rome Labs, Northeast Air Defense. This is a pretty important district in New York State. Do you feel you have the experience to guide the 21st properly with such important properties that we deal with, and especially in the military?
This is critical.
Yeah,
this is critical. I think we need to make sure we don't send our troops off into unjustified wars or dangerous situations. We need to provide leadership that makes sure it's ruled by the Constitution. We need to make sure that these people are safe and they have the benefits. There's 21,000 plus jobs that are created from Fort Drum, and we need to support them and their families. So,
have you visited Griffiths, Rome?
I've been to Rome a few times. I haven't been there particularly.
Were you chasing the money? Chasing the money in Rome?
No, not me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, and do you feel the President Trump should have had congressional approval before going into Venezuela?
I do. I believe there should have. It was over a year of buildup. There's still an issue going on with that. I believe in the Constitution and regulating the executive branch, and that's why our people need to speak up against this. I spoke about it a couple weeks ago, and to give too much power to the executive branch is very damaging, and our founders have provided for this, and it needs to be lived by.
What's I keep hearing we're going to bomb Iran again, or that there's going to be a conflict with Iran. Where are you on that?
Again, this needs to be reserved for congressional approval. Number one, it's turning into the Wild West again. I thought we were going to stop some of these wars and these conflicts, and this is why we need more open trade policy, because you create a more peaceful world when people are trading together and working together.
Are you good with the potential additional 100% tariff on Canada?
No, that's actually I was just discussing this. It will really affect our farmers here in NY21. Yeah. We get 90% of our potash fertilizer from Canada, and we have no backup plan right now.
Yeah,
this is going to increase per ton from $450, $550 to $900, $1,000 per ton, and the average farmer uses about at least 15 times that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money to come out of our farmers who are already struggling in their pocket.
Yeah. Davey just reminded me that I failed to mention Jen DeBean, who is a farmer, is also running as a Democrat in the 21st Congressional District. Your thoughts on what's going on in Minneapolis? Do you have any opinion there?
Well, obviously, I wasn't sure if we were going to talk about Jen DeBean there.
Well, I can come back to that, but let's get your take on Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's obviously a very volatile situation, and we need to figure out how to balance that and mollify the anger so that ICE is allowed and immigration is allowed to do their job, but in a humane way, a way with due process. This kind of dragnet that's going on is it can be violating rights. There's a lot of abuses, and those need to be checked. And same with those individual protesters that have committed a crime. Or
you definitely seem like you're in the middle on a lot of these. Like and speaking of Jen DeBean, he's in the North Country, a farmer way up there in the 21st Congressional District, and there is an issue where we believe you're getting a lot of people coming over the border. A lot of attention has been paid to the southern border, but the northern border, at least here in New York, is a really big issue. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we have to make sure that border is obviously secure, and there's definitely been cases of extremists coming over or violent criminals or drugs, but we also have to maintain human dignity and having some kind of policy where it's not threatening lawful citizens. Right. Even recently with Canada, there's less tourists coming into our district.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of tension on that border now, and so
you want to lower the heat a little bit. I'm going to ask you.
According to Ballotpedia, here we go. Stewart's Amorial Paula Collins, Blake Gendabine, Malin Haller, Andrew Henson, Dylan Hewitt, Robert Smullen, Michael Metzgeyer, and Christopher Schmidt. Chris, what makes you...
Those are all the candidates that are currently running.
What do you think makes you stand out from the pack, and what makes you different from the other candidates?
Well, if you look at all those names, most of them are in the Democratic Party. Right now, it looks like it's, in my opinion, narrowed down to Dylan Hewitt and Gendabine. Right. And those, I'm all for the primary. They can figure it out in their own party. But when you really break down the numbers, Democrats only have 24% in our district, where independent people that aren't in the Republican or Democratic Party are at 32%. We outweigh the Democrats. So this is a huge, and with my conservative values and smaller government, constitutional policy, I have a big chance, I think, to shake up Washington.
All right. Do you own any stickers from Sticker Mule?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. Just wondering. I don't really know exactly what they do, but something to do with stickers and mules.
They create a little drama, I heard.
Yeah, drama. Yes, I believe he's kind of a carnival type character. Okay, interesting stuff. Anything else you want the voters? Of course, the 21st covers all of Herkimer County, a piece of Otsego County, and also a little bit of Oneida County as well. What do you want the voters to know?
I want them to know that there's another option on the table. I'm here to fight for you, and I want transparency. I want to rebuild our infrastructure. I want more jobs, and I want our people to actually have a voice in Washington.
Okay.
And if they're interested, go to schmidtforthenorthcountry.com and hopefully get involved and donate, and let's keep this movement going.
All right. Good stuff there, Christopher. Thank you for coming on, and good luck.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll talk again. Thanks. Christopher Schmidt is running in the 21st Congressional District. There are a lot of people running there.
That's, yeah.
And I still expect somebody else to get in. I could be wrong, but we will see. Stefan, I don't have much time, but I'll let you say hello. Good morning.
Well, I went to the doctor about my ankle yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's getting a lot better. And I go back in 4 weeks for a follow-up.
Okay.
And
right.
The doctor said it's looking a lot better. And
Beautiful.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Say news is next, could you?
News is next.
WIBX Utica Road, W295
From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
A call for unity in Minnesota. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. From the First Lady, Melania Trump just told Fox and Friends.
I know my husband, the president, had a great call yesterday with the governor and the mayor, and they're working together to make it peaceful.
That's after the third immigration enforcement-related shooting. This one Saturday was the second deadly one, killing a protester, Alex Preddy, leading to even angrier anti-ICE demonstrations.
The Trump administration is making some major strategic changes here in Minnesota. Tom Homan is now going to be the main point of contact on the ground and will report directly to the president.
As Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino and other federal agents leave. And Fox's Matt Finn also reports from Minneapolis.
Last night, agitators continued their campaign of targeting hotels where they think immigration agents are staying and making as much noise as possible to prevent agents from getting rest.
Today, President Trump goes to Iowa, kicking off weekly campaign trips for Republicans ahead of the November congressional elections. It's not stormy anymore, but the snow and ice cleanup continues from New Mexico to Maine. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves says things are going to get worse before they get better.
Ice storms are different than virtually any other type of storm that we deal with.
He has activated the National Guard to help. Fox Weather's Brandy Campbell's in Oxford, Mississippi.
Many residents are still dealing with dangerous conditions. This morning, we are still feeling temperatures in the teens, allowing much of that inch of ice that we accumulated here to stick around. It's weighing down the power lines behind us, as well as the trees.
And that's making it tough for power crews across the South. There are still more than 500,000 homes and businesses without electricity, and in many cases, heat, like this man in Nashville.
When I looked at our thermostat last, it said 47.
There are still issues at airports. More than 1,400 flights canceled today, on top of 22,000 grounded the past 3 days by that massive storm. America's listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Days after Ryan Wedding, one of the FBI's 10 most wanted, was captured in Mexico, he was in court in California, where the former Canadian Olympic snowboarder was arraigned on drug trafficking and murder and other charges. Here's Wedding's attorney, Anthony Colombo Jr.
The indictments are not evidence. They're just an accusation. And the way that our system works is that it's accusatory, not inquisitory. So he entered a not guilty plea to both of those indictments.
Also in California, they'll start to pick a jury today to put Meta and Google and TikTok on trial over social media's effect on teen mental health.
A 19-year-old identified as KGM and her mother accused TikTok, Meta, and Google's YouTube of knowingly creating addictive features that led to the teen's depression, self-harm, and suicidal thoughts. They're seeking unspecified monetary damages. Tech executives, including Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, are expected to testify in the Los Angeles trial that's set to begin on February 3rd. Snap, which was also named in the suit, recently settled. Tech companies have repeatedly pushed back against these claims, saying they've rolled out safety features to protect users. A rep for Meta tells Fox News, "We strongly disagree with these allegations and are confident the evidence will show our long-standing commitment to supporting young people." Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Another country is considering a ban.
France's National Assembly votes 130 to 21 to approve a bill banning social media for kids under 15 and banning the use of mobile phones in high schools. It'll go up for debate next in the French Senate. President Emmanuel Macron has asked for the legislation to be fast-tracked to get it into effect by the start of the next school year in September. There's already a ban in France on mobile phones in primary and middle schools. A social media ban for kids under 16 went into effect in Australia last month, and similar bills are under discussion in other countries. Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street, Dow futures are down big. NASDAQ futures are rising as the Federal Reserve starts a two-day meeting expected in tomorrow with no interest rate cut. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We have some sunshine, just 6 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. With cold weather expected to linger for at least the next several days, the Oneida County office building will keep serving as a warming center. The building was supposed to stop being a warming center yesterday, but County Executive Anthony Picenti said it proved to be popular over the weekend, and obviously there was a need for it, with almost 50 people seeking shelter from the elements. Folks can visit the building on Park Avenue in Utica from 8 p.m. until 8 a.m. While there is access to restrooms, officials are reminding everyone there are no beds or bedding being provided. In Herkimer County, the Board of Elections reminding voters that Valentine's Day is the cutoff to change parties ahead of the primary election. Saturday, February 14th, the last day to update party enrollment for the June 23rd primary. New York State has closed primaries, so only voters enrolled in a party can vote in that party's primary. Enrollment change requests must be made by contacting the Board of Elections again by Valentine's Day. Tax season officially arriving on Monday, And with that, Governor Kathy Hochul issuing an important reminder to New Yorkers about the Empire State Child Tax Credit. It's available and can help either offset taxes or be paid out directly in the form of a refund. For the 2026 filing season, eligible families will receive up to $1,000 per child under the age of 4, $330 for kids between the ages of 4 and 16. Next year, the credit for that age group rises to $500 per child. And the man who lost his life in a tragic worksite accident in Skaneateles is being identified. Authorities say he was 27-year-old Hunter Foley. He was struck in the head by an excavator last Thursday. He was brought to Upstate University Hospital but was pronounced dead shortly after. No word yet on who Foley was working for. The cause of that accident is still under investigation. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:08. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the Mine Safety and Health Administration. The Mine Safety and Health Administration reminds you that mining accidents and injuries are preventable. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Take time, save lives. Visit msha.gov.
The warnings still do not include Oneida County. It's north where the snow showers will accumulate 6+ inches. Still may end up with a couple of inches here and there between today, tonight, tomorrow. So scattered snow showers, really, as you go north, northern Oneida County, a better chance of seeing some accumulations. But blowing snow, maybe some drifting snow, and struggling to get to 15 today. Wind chills below 0. 7 above tonight. North Country probably going below 0 with snow showers, and some snow showers upper teens tomorrow. On the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Again, some sunshine, 7 degrees at 8:09. All right, in sports, the Bills still don't have a head coach. And we already know that it won't be Phil Rivers. He officially withdrew his name from consideration on Monday. Rivers had interviewed for the job last week in Florida. The Bills still considering Broncos pass game coordinator Davis Webb. He interviewed on Monday. Jags offensive coordinator Grant Udinski being considered as well. Smitty, I'm saying that wrong, aren't I? I'm saying it right? Okay. Let's see. Starting quarterback Josh Allen has been part of the interview process, and he has some say. We discussed this earlier this morning, and there's some criticism about how involved Josh Allen should be in that process, but we're just told he's part of the process. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has been added to the Pro Bowl roster. He replaces Patriots quarterback Drake May, who helped guide his team to Super Bowl 60. Sanders started the final 7 games of Cleveland's past season, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. A big baseball free agent is off the market. The Giants adding Harrison Bader after a 2-year, $20.5 million contract. The 31-year-old spent last season split between Minnesota and the Philadelphia Phillies, where he hit .277, 17 homers, 54 RBIs. The Giants will be the 7th different team that Bader has suited up for since the start of the 2022 season. Among them, the Mets and the Yankees. The Knicks are in action tonight. They will host the Sacramento Kings at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks are 17-6 on their home court so far this season. The Nets ready for the next part of their road trip. They continue a 5-game trip when they visit Phoenix tonight. The Nets looking to snap a 5-game losing streak. And Syracuse basketball plays tonight. They're on the road at NC State. It is a 7 o'clock start on ESPN.
Will they play, though? Will they play?
What do you mean? You mean actually show up and play?
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
You know, that's will they show up?
I think Kadir Copeland is going to show them why he should still be on this team. To Adrian Autry and all the downfallers that didn't prove that they didn't want him in their system.
I have heard, and I'm not sure if this is true, but there have been 3 times already that they've had to drag Carmelo Anthony off the court. He tried to come in and play because it's so bad.
Wait, the father?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's sitting right courtside. So.
Well, he's working with his I had somebody that was
he's coaching his son.
Yeah, they worked out at the last after the last home game, not this previous one. After everybody was crowd, because I have somebody.
Everybody leaves and he brings his son on the court and they go over stuff.
Yeah, I know somebody that works there that does the cleanup after the games, and
yeah.
they saw Kion and.
What do they find? The guy that does the cleanup, does he ever find like $20 bills?
Oh, he's found some money.
Really good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I have some comments if you like.
Is one of them bless you?
Bless you. Oh, you're about to sneeze. Man,
he's gone downhill ever since he ate that hot pepper.
He had long hots, and he is having. Anthony Amodio came in, and that tomato pie is just so good. But he has one that's a spicy version, and it involves long hots. Now, a long hot is like playing a slot machine. Sometimes you bite into a long hot, and it's it's passive. It's like, this is tasty. Other times you bite into a long hot and tilt.
Yeah.
And that just happens.
It's so funny because, again, with long hots, even when you get a hot one, it's like, oh, my gosh, that's so good. It's so hot, I can't even eat it. And then you try to continue to eat it because it's that good.
There's something about... It's the weirdest thing. Like, you're eating it, and it's not going to be good.
Right.
You know you're gonna suffer, but you continue to eat it because it is so good. Mike says, and regarding food in your studio, when you're done on the show, I know it probably goes down to the break room, the kitchen, at 9:05, totally consumed by 9:08. That is true. Because I believe radio people have no food at home.
Yeah.
We just come here to get our food.
Well,
there's not much around here, though.
We got a new option opening up right up the road starting tomorrow if we need it, instead of going up to the...
I'm excited. Down the road is a, which one is it?
Burn Dairy?
Burn Dairy.
Burn Dairy is opening up down the street here.
We could walk there.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I had no idea that it was being built there. What? There used to be a diner there?
Yeah, that's the diner that used to be there. That's the road barbecue place that used to be there, and the diner moved to go up north.
Yeah, when they first started, I'm like, what are they building there?
Yeah.
And then you could see the structure going up, and I'm like, it looks like the cover, the canopy they put over gas pumps. Sure enough, that's exactly what it is.
Well, they want to propose one down at the former Dave's Diner, a new Burn Dairy.
Okay.
Well, somebody just told me Dave's Diner just got bought, and it's staying open. Is that the case or no?
I don't know the answer.
So they're being proposed for a Burn Dairy.
At Dave's Diner?
Yep.
Okay. A lot of stuff going on.
So maybe somebody was telling me that somebody bought the property. Maybe it's whoever wants to build a gas station. I thought I misunderstood maybe.
So the woman who was on and did the free money question of the day was actually Mello Testa's daughter.
Okay.
And it's not Nina, it's Mina, short for Philomena. Philomena's the word of the day today.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because Philomena's is the name of Anthony Amodio's. It's Salamaria. Philomena Salamaria is the name of the deli in Utica. So there you go with that.
And they're the ones who brought us this delicious tomato pie, including the one with long hots on it.
Eat some more, Jeff. Eat some more.
Trust me, I will.
Janice, speaking of the national anthem, did you see the NFL film of the Blackhawks anthem and operatic singer Jim Cornelison sing the anthem at the last Bears game against the Rams? Fans and players loved it, and that's how the anthem is done. I did see that.
Yes.
It was really good.
Yes.
On your candidate who was just on, Christopher Schmidt, good luck getting the 3,500 signatures, qualifying signatures that he's going to need in order to get on the ballot.
Is that right?
Yep.
Even as an independent?
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to get on the ballot.
I thought you only had to get a percentage of your party's enrollment, though.
I believe it's for Congress. He has to get 3,500 signatures.
Wow.
This comes from someone in the know. Janice.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Is it the Conservative Party? For instance, like I don't remember the race or the candidate, but somebody was trying to get on the conservative line, and it's a percentage.
But they
had to get like 8 signatures, and then there was the conservative primary, and they lost
Congress,
like 3-2.
That wouldn't be for Congress.
I know, but I believe it was statewide. But
good luck getting the 3,500 signatures. He'll never make it on the ballot. There's no option unless he gets on the ballot, which won't happen. She said, I did like his answer when you asked, what do you do for a living? A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I chase the money.
That's funny. That is a funny way to say it.
It is.
Especially for a political candidate in a federal race. Let's see. I have a message here as well about that. A conservative John in Boonville says Christopher Schmidt should suspend his run for Congress and write a book instead titled How to Conduct the Most Boring Interview in WIBX's 100-Year History.
Come on. I tried to make it at least interesting.
Oy vey. That's conservative John.
John, thank you for that. Earlier, Big Honey, a new song parody for Bill. Bomb, 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 Iran. Listen, we've done that one, but it was bomb, 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 Iraq. Back during the first Gulf War.
Gotcha.
Bomb, bomb, yeah, it was the old Beach Boys. Bomb,
Bomb,
Iran.
bomb, Iraq.
Bomb, 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 Iran.
Lance and Lee.
Bomb, 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 Iran.
Tell Davey to stop lying. He isn't walking anywhere, let alone to burn dairy.
You know,
Lance is on your case again. Boy, it bothers you too, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Well, he's saying you don't walk.
I walk.
No, you don't. He said you don't walk.
Oh, heck with him.
All right. You drive everywhere. He said, everywhere you go. Somehow he knows, and I don't even know how he knows this, that if your car isn't running, you take the station's van. You refuse to walk.
He knows that?
Yes.
He knows that?
Apparently, he's written it.
Heck with Lance.
Okay. Sorry, Lance. And that wraps up a few of the comments. I didn't even look at YouTube today. I'm probably being screamed at for something I said.
You must learn the current laws and orders of this country.
Let's see what John Wick thinks of me today. Picking your own boss. How entitled for Josh Allen. Too bad at peaceful riots in Minnesota, people don't just behave. Okay. I like Jimmy's comment on the whole ICE tension thing being a diversion from fraud. Listen, I think the whole ICE thing could be a diversion, something we might criticize on both sides of the aisle. I'm sorry. I just think it's time we see the files. You know, the files. Bill, what are your thoughts on Buddy Cianci? Well, I think he's dead.
But you've talked about him before, right?
Yeah.
He was pretty
I loved
charismatic and popular.
Buddy Cianci had a marinara sauce that he sold, and it went to a children's fund, and it was a pretty good sauce. For a jar sauce, it was pretty good. Jar sauces tend to be, like it's a Utica thing. Their chicken riggy sauce is really good. They make a good sauce. There's some others. Jeff Daniels has a good sauce that's out there. Buddy Cianci had a really good marinara sauce. And he said it was the carrots. I interviewed him several times when I was there. It's the carrots in the sauce.
Really?
That prevent the agita, is what he would say.
Interesting.
Now, Buddy Cianci was the mayor twice or three times of Providence. He did go to prison. He was elected even after he went to prison. You'd go to prison, too, if you caught your wife cheating and you brought him into your limousine, the guy that she cheated with, into your limousine, and you put your cigarette out on his eyeball.
Ooh.
That earned him another trip to jail. But I believe Buddy Cianci is dead. But what a legend. He turned that, listen, legally or illegally, he turned Providence around.
I didn't know. So I thought his was organized crime related. He caught his wife stepping out and beat up the guy, and that's
among several issues, among several things that happened. One of them that came out in court was that he put his cigarette out on the eyeball of.
That's pretty brutal, but I'd say generally I don't hold it against him, to be honest with you.
Well, do you hold it? You don't hold it against Cianci, yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, I don't advocate violence, but sometimes there's a right time and a wrong time. And I would say the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot.
The guy was reelected afterwards.
If a woman, even if a female politician, caught her husband having an affair and then responded by smacking the mistress around,
why is it?
I would also kind of respect that.
Why is it the mistress's fault?
Well, it's not.
Why is it the guy who slept with his wife's fault? He might not even have known. You got to be a real idiot if you're sleeping with Buddy Cianci's wife.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't think it's the other person's fault, but I think it kind of sends the message that says, this is my territory, and don't come back now, you hear?
John, this might be QAnon, John. Still don't get Keeler. Parties always work together. Still no clue what's going on or why. SMH. What does that mean?
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head. Okay. No due process. No due process going out, coming in. No due process going out. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know what he's talking about. Tony Baloney. Stephen would get more votes than the guy you just interviewed. Okay. Okay. And Walter Skelter. Bill, what were your Providence years? What were your years there? I went there in 1995. Came back later in middle of 97. It's always family that brings you home, right?
Well, you were not commuting, but you were like doing the.
I was here every weekend.
Out
I was coming here every weekend.
On the weekends,
Yep. Yep.
That's tough.
It was not, and you think you can handle it. You can go back and forth, and at the time, I'm like, I can still, because I had a kid, and I'm coming back and forth. Even I would come sometimes. I'd get off the air on Wednesday, drive home, and then drive back for Thursday morning show. It was getting to be very difficult.
Ooh.
So when the opportunity to
like 3.5 hours,
4-hour drive, easy, 3:15 to Herkimer, 3:45 to Herkimer, I guess. River Valley Church shoe drive. Please donate your gently worn or new shoes to help the homeless. The donated shoes will be sent overseas, with all proceeds benefiting RVC's outreach program for the homeless. This is going on now. But there is a drop-off date where you literally can drive up to the church at 8 2nd Street in Ilion, the River Valley Church, and you can drive right up between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. They will be there. You can pop your trunk, hand it out the window, however you want to do it. But if you have a bag of shoes, pop your trunk. They'll take them for you. You don't even have to get out into the cold. And it all will benefit people in need. It's sponsored by the River Valley Church in Ilion at 8 2nd Street in Ilion. Speaking of shoes, it may be the reason you're having pain. The way you're walking could be the shoes that have trained you incorrectly in the way that you walk. There's a trusted team of arch support specialists, and there's finally one here, the Good Feet Store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Just walk in. You'll get a free, no-obligation personalized fitting. Test walk, no appointment is needed, and they'll show you where your step may be part of your problem and could be causing the back pain. We've had people in studio, I know 3 people in studio, and that doesn't include me, who have used the Good Feet Store, and it works. In fact, one person said that it was life-changing for him. 3-step system. You put in these inserts, strengtheners, maintainers, and relaxers. 3 different versions, 3 different processes. No, 3 different inserts that actually do 3 different things. Kind of hard finding the words. But nonetheless, you don't even know that they're working for you. You just put them in, and you do what you normally do. Even if you're sitting at a desk, they're working for you. And they work with your muscles, tendons, and ligaments. And before you know it, the goal is your pain goes away. The Good Feet Store, 4630 Commercial Drive in New Hartford. Call 315-999-3910. Much more to get into coming up. We'll read more comments coming in. And if you want to comment by doing this is an archaic concept, but feel free to delve in if you'd like. Picking up the phone and calling seems so different today. So easy to text. Do you have that situation where you have you can call someone or you can text them, and you choose to either have an actual verbal conversation with them, or you choose to just text?
Yeah, again, I've said this a million times, and I've seen this happen personally and professionally with email and text message. There is no tone. There is no inflection.
But sometimes, what I'm saying is sometimes you just have the feeling where you don't want to commit to the engagement of a conversation.
Okay.
And you text.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But it can also be misinterpreted, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe I missed what you were saying.
Yeah.
You don't want to commit to it, so you
It's
just
almost
send
as if
off
I texted you. Sorry. That's one of those days. Quick break. We'll come back at WIBX.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/news to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/news for 20% off. trustandwill.com/NEWS.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 55 and with one of the big three carriers, like Verizon, you may notice they don't talk much about their 55-plus discounts. That's so customers like you keep paying their regular higher rates to boost their bottom line. You deserve better service. With 100% US-based experts, better value, with plans starting at $20, and a company that's built for people 50 plus, like me. Not convinced? Give your current carrier a call. Ask about the 55 plus plan you've earned. See how long it takes to get a real person on the line, and if they try to talk you out of it. But if you want something better, call Consumer Cellular. We've got the same great coverage, and our US-based experts can get you switched in about 20 minutes. Switch now to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com for your second month free.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Hi, this is Scott Hayes.
And this is Jill Hayes from New York Sash.
You know, honey, the first time you said, never let a Windows salesperson into your home, I thought you were nuts. But you were right.
Like there was really any doubt.
Seriously, so many people have told us how nice it is to shop in our beautiful showroom where there's never any high pressure.
Yep, and it's even nicer when we can help people save.
Like right now, buy 2 New York Sash windows and get 1 free.
We get slow during the winter and we need to stay busy, so you get the best deal we make all year. Buy 2 windows, get 1 free.
Buy 4, get 2 free.
Buy 6 windows, get 3 free. There's no end to the savings.
And there's no need to invite a pushy salesperson into your home. Instead, stop by the New York Sash Idea and Design Center, where you can browse at your convenience.
We're open Monday through Saturday on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro.
Buy 2 windows, get 1 free. But it ends Monday, so come in today. And as always,
let our family take care of your family.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Hey, it's your radio buddy Jimmy Fallon, host of Fox Across America. We're talking politics, pop culture, and comedy, minus all the rage and finger-pointing. It's real talk for real people who just want to laugh, think, maybe learn something along the way. So join the fun weekdays at noon right here on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, Central New York's home for talk that's smart, honest, and just the right amount of crazy. Fox Across America with your main man, Jimmy Fallon.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, a little bit on Davey. I think I'd like to do the news next. Could you set that up for me? And I'll take a call or two. And thank you, Tom, for reacting to my request for somebody to go old-fashioned on us with a phone call. What do you have?
Oh, so this is a friend of ours who works in media. And it's interesting. We were just talking about both of these places. He says Dave's Diner has a big sign out front for the last couple of weeks, and they're selling off all the restaurant equipment. So he says basically seems like Burned Area is waiting for approval on that site,
that
I
place
believe.
is near and dear to my heart, Dave's
Yes.
Diner. I spent a long time there when working for when we launched K-Rock. I got there right after they launched, and then we launched in Syracuse, but all out of Dave's Diner. That was the coolest thing, to be doing a radio show inside a diner. News breaks were great. I'd have the eggs waiting for me, just head right over there and have some eggs and toast, come right back. Good stuff.
He says as well, regarding the diner that was at the location on River Road, Marcy, that's going to be the Burned Area.
It used to be Betty's Diner, didn't it?
It was Betty's, yes. I think it was.
And I remember the Betty's story. Sorry to keep interrupting. Betty, I think, made a bunch of meatballs for Woodstock, and because the traffic was going to be going right by us, and Jim Simpson and that crew put such a great plan together for traffic. Traffic just flowed right by, and there they are with their meatballs and a whole bunch of other stuff, and nobody stopped.
Oh, my goodness.
They had thousands of meatballs left over.
How disappointing is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is about, I guess it was Betty's, which is kind of across the street from us-ish, but it's the site is what's going to be Burned Area.
50s style, those trailer-type diners that are so cool.
It says it's actually up near Fairport, New York, just east of Oswego, just south of the lake. I went out there to do a follow-up story on it, thinking it might be open. It's not. It sits empty. It's planted on a foundation, but no work other than that has been done. And then he added as well, he remembers going to that building back when you were interviewing Mr. Bobbitt.
John Wayne Bobbitt. Yep. That is Keith.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild.
And you guessed who it was, too. Good job.
Yeah, we had some doozies come through. John Wayne Bobbitt was one of those. Man,
I actually remember this.
The women lined up for him. It was on. I'd never seen anything like it.
So, I know this is a dangerous topic. I don't know how far into this we should go, but
they all wanted to sleep with him.
But what I thought,
what
made him famous was that it was
Lorraine. I think it was Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah. It was a chop.
Chopped in the middle of the night. I believe he was an abuser, to be honest with you. And in the middle of the night, she chopped off his area.
She stopped short. No, she didn't stop short. She cut it.
And then I think it went even further. I think he drove away.
Oh my gosh! Even
and there was a story where it was, said evidence might have been found on the side of the road. I don't remember if that's the exact story, but shortly after that all went down, we had him come up here when I was on K-Rock, and we had him here and in Syracuse.
And he was still able to...
Yep. Well, by that time, he had there was some sort of a reattachment or something.
Oh, jeez.
And he had gone into the world of... He was actually doing the world of porn at the time.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, I don't remember any of that.
Yep. Well, I don't remember it either, but that was part of the story.
Don't remember stories about it either.
See what you started here, Keith? This is what you started today. But those were wild days. Tom is in New Hartford. Hi, Tom. Good morning. Thank you for doing it the old-fashioned way.
Well, good morning. It's football for some reason or other. Just this year has just seemed to be so exciting, at least for me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Whether you think it's been more exciting, but I think it has.
I think it's been disgustingly horrible. I hate every bit of it. In fact, I don't want to watch another football game in my life.
I don't think it's I see the Seahawks and Hawks and if it's not from New York, it doesn't happen for me. So it's either Giants or Bills or but I have decided that I was going to listen to some of these games, and oh my goodness, they really are pretty exciting. And I'm trying to figure out what the excitement factor is. To give you a little background, when I was producing the Drag Bike National Championship Series, we put on 300 national championship motorcycle races in 67 different cities.
Wow.
And it was my finance. I was the guy, who said on the radio, Sunday, and go out there with a roll of tickets.
Yeah.
That's it, with a roll of tickets, and hope at the end of the day that we had leftover money.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure that stuff was exciting, and so I kind of analyzed. I was trying to analyze football and what's making it so.
What makes football? I do think there's. It's kind of like the old days of like what do they call it? Where they go into the Roman or
wherever they go into
Coliseum.
Yeah,
gladiators.
Like gladiators. Sorry.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Let's hold back just a little bit on the end results of that. I've got some ideas.
Okay.
And,
all right.
And I also want to postulate that the football will once again do everything that it can to cut off the yes. Let's go back to Bobbitt. To cut off the
I see where you're going. Yes,
the main source of its excitement. I think.
Yeah.
That the score, the kicking game, the field goals,
right?
The announcing that people, the excitement that the announcers generate, whether it's in the field, at the field, or especially on the air. I don't know television. I am 100% radio.
Okay.
100%. And the job that the radio announcers do, on football is just out of this world. But
they do a great job. Yeah.
Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
Touchdown!
Well, sometimes
if you weren't here, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
With radio, they paint a picture. With television, the picture is there, and they bop a few things in here and there, and so it's what makes radio so, I think, so special for sports.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's even harder to do baseball because there's so much downtime. So you have so much.
The Ronald Reagan story.
Yeah.
About him
you're telling
the ball game.
You're telling stories. Yeah. All right.
What I'm thinking is that the kicking game, with all the ramping up the excitement of, is he going to make it? Is he not? They brought him in from Keokuk, Iowa. He's 67 years old. Is he going to be able to get his foot through the ball? All like this. Is he going to do it? Yes. No.
Yeah.
It's left. It's right. And I'll tell you, for me, that's just adding so much excitement to the game. And now comes the rules meeting at the end of the year. And you're going to have the guys who think, they're ruining the game with kicking.
Well, I got to tell you,
no.
It's interesting I have a friend who was extracurricular when it comes to the Patriots Denver game.
So he likes to bet.
So he was betting. And a simple little bet, he said, was that there would be a tie at the end of the first half and a tie at the end of the second half. And that simple little bet. Now, if you watch this game, you realize that simple little bet would have paid $11,200. His bet was for $200. So he would have been returned $11,200. His initial $200 bet and win $11,000. Now you're coming to the end of the first half. Did you watch the game?
Mm-hmm.
End of the first half. It's tied. And all of a sudden, the Patriots kick a field goal. But they miss it. And there's still now 50 seconds or whatever left in the game. And what happens? Denver marches down the field, and they're in field goal range. The tie is going to be gone. He's going to lose his bet. And what do you think happens? The Denver kicker misses the field goal.
Wide right.
Halftime, it's tied. So now, fast forward to the end of the game. It is a 3-point differential, which is how the game ended. A 3-point differential. If the game goes into overtime, so this excludes overtime. If the game goes into overtime, he wins his $11,000. The Denver Broncos kick the field goal. It is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Field goal, no good, and the game ends. There are three epic field goals that ended up in misery for him. What would have been an $11,000 win. How about that?
Jeez.
So talking about how exciting a kick can be, and it is, I do think that for some, the betting has made some of these games that they would otherwise not be interested in maybe exciting after all. So, and that's not necessarily a good thing, but it is what it is. So.
Well, listen, after you get off, and go home, and of course, the first thing you do is do research for the next day's show.
Yes. Yeah.
I want you to look up the Arizona State point shaving scandal.
Okay.
That was in the late '60s or early '70s. It involved a drag strip operator named I won't mention his name, but
were you a part of that in some way?
Oh no, I don't gamble.
Okay.
Period.
But I mean, were you okay? All right. I'll look it up and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
All
okay.
Right.
It's a great story, and it just points at what's always going to happen when there's money and human beings and sports.
Okay, and it's happening in not just professional, but it's happening in college as well. Right. So, all right.
The main thing, let's keep the feet in football. And let's not do anything to screw up.
Okay.
Like,
and get rid of the kicks.
Move the goalpost back another 30 yards, or make them shrink them down, or anything else.
I like it. Tom, thank you. I'm moving to news, but I appreciate it. I will look for that story tomorrow. Good stuff. Sometimes you get what you ask for. Quick break. Hold tight. Manaski updates news.
We have some sunshine, 7 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:44. A shakeup in Minnesota today with top Border Patrol official Greg Bovino leaving Minneapolis and returning to his old post in California. The White House says Border Czar Tom Homan will now be President Trump's point person in Minnesota. It all comes just days after the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Preddy by a federal immigration agent. Border Patrol is also planning to lower the number of agents on the ground in Minneapolis this week, according to several reports. Around 36 deaths being blamed on the monster winter storm that has stalked much of the country for several days. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses, mostly in the South, still without electricity after ice and freezing rain took a toll on power lines. The majority of those outages, at last check, were in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana. President Trump heading to Iowa today. The White House says his speech in the city of Clive will focus on affordability and energy. It's the latest stop in Trump's tour to tout his economic accomplishments heading into the 2026 midterms. Trump visited Michigan earlier this month in the last stop of his affordability tour. Social media is going on trial. A blockbuster social media addiction trial gets underway today in Los Angeles. The defendants include TikTok, YouTube, and Meta, which owns Instagram and Facebook. The plaintiffs are numerous, approximately 1,600, and include not just individuals, but in many cases, entire school districts. They all accuse the platforms of being harmful to children. The doomsday clock will be updated today. The symbolic clock represents how much time is left until potential self-destruction created in 1947 to measure the possibility of annihilation during the Cold War. The clock is currently set at 89 seconds to midnight. Those two stories kind of bled together there. And Stephen Colbert announcing that his last episode of his CBS show will air on Thursday, May 21st. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert being canceled after a decade with the Paramount-owned network, citing financial reasons. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:46.
The warnings still do not include Oneida County. It's north where the snow showers will accumulate 6+ inches. Still may end up with a couple of inches here and there between today, tonight, tomorrow. So scattered snow showers. Really, as you go northern Oneida County, a better chance of seeing some accumulations. But blowing snow, maybe some drifting snow, and struggling to get to 15 today. Wind chills below 0. 7 above tonight. North Country probably going below 0 with snow showers, and some snow showers upper teens tomorrow. On the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Some clouds and 9 degrees, and a quick follow-up to one of Tom's comments about how exciting the NFL playoffs have been this year. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they said during one of the broadcasts this weekend that this NFL playoffs has broken the record for the number of lead changes, total lead changes.
Yeah, there have been a lot.
Yeah, it's been a lot of back and forth.
A lot of close games.
Yeah.
Yep. Ryan Schmell is on the line right now from Fox News Radio. Ryan, a lot of close games in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it's been quite an interesting season, to say the least. And it's weird that we had the 2 number 1 seeds make it to the championship. You know, I thought that with how much of a gauntlet the NFL was this year, it would have been symbolic to have one of the wild card teams in there.
Yeah.
But you know, here we are. We had the 1 and the 2 seed playing for the championship on the AFC. The 1 seed wins, and then the 1 seed also wins on the NFC side. But I mean, it's 2 very unlikely teams. I mean, a first-year head coach in Vrabel, a second-year head coach in Mike McDonald with a quarterback who was in some cases cast off from previous jobs, and I mean could be considered a journeyman. But you know, this is well, what's interesting is that I believe this is the first time since the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl there are 2 defensive head coaches in the championship game.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a good sign. The Ravens just hired a defensive coach, so I'm happy that that curse has been broken, and now we can say that defensive coaches can still win Super Bowls in this era.
Current era, current climate. We were just talking about the field goals, how they played such a role in that Denver Patriots game. The 2 missed field goals, each team missing at the end of the first half, and then Denver, which would have tied the game, most likely sent the game with the conditions, sent the game into overtime. A missed field goal. How much the field goal played a role in that game, or didn't? Technically, it was 3 missed field goals that. 3 missed field goals and 1 that was made that kind of put the Patriots into the into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I have a theory. My theory is that if you were up by 1 touchdown and you have a chance to kick a field goal, no matter how easy the 4th down conversion is, you always kick the field goal because you know, as somebody who played on a team that was would go down 2 scores quite a lot when I was in high school. Probably not the best example to use, but there is a level of oh no that kicks in when a team is down by 2 scores, and there is a level of panic that goes through your sideline when you are now down 2 scores. And
think about I forgot about that. The fact that they didn't go for a field goal makes it 4 field goals that played a role in that game. The fact that they went for it on 4th down, I mean, you're on the 1 yard line. I mean, if you're the Bills and you've got Josh Allen, you're going for it. But in this case, bad. And they went out of the shotgun on top of it. I just didn't understand that call.
Yeah, and it would have been given Jared Stidham a good cushion, you know, being up 10-0. You know, I kind of look at it though. I mean, even if the Denver somehow pulls off a win in that game, they've now got to go play Seattle with the backup quarterback, which is going to be a challenge no matter what. So, might as well just get ready for the offseason and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay, the clock ticking on the Senate to align with the House on government funding, and not that we want to dig back into it too heavily, but Minneapolis playing a big role in this right now for Democrats. What are you thinking?
Well, John Fetterman just put out a statement calling on President Trump to fire Kristi Noem, and that's probably one of the more notable Democrats to call on President Trump to do this. And it was interesting that he said in the statement that President Trump should not make the same mistake that President Biden did by sticking with incompetent cabinet-level officials and Homeland Security officials for too long. So, he took a shot. That's quite the shot to be taken at Alejandro Mayorkas right there. But he finally said the part out loud that a lot of Democrats didn't want to say out loud when he was when the Biden administration was in office.
Fetterman of all, he's usually willing to tell it like it is, right? And a lot of criticism has come out that the public and Democrats, but the public had formed a conclusion on that shooting over the weekend too early without the evidence being there. But this is the second time that Noem has formed a conclusion without knowing anything of what went on and completely distorted what happened and made accusations that just weren't true. That is a mess in Minneapolis, and that's an interesting call.
Yeah. And whether or not the walls are truly caving in or not, the wall there's something here happening. And you've got Fetterman calling for her to resign. You have Ted Cruz saying that the administration should tone down the rhetoric, which is, I think, telling coming from him. And then you also have the chairs of the Homeland Security committees, both in the House and Senate, demanding that DHS officials testify for a hearing in the near future. And Garbarino, that's the chair of the Homeland Security Committee. He's somebody who is he's a New Yorker, right? And what's interesting too is I remember actually having an interview with him, and we did a whole podcast segment on this a while back after the Renee Good situation happened, and he was, unlike the Trump administration, who was passionately defending the ICE officers involved in that shooting. He was saying, let's wait for the investigation to play out. We gotta wait for all the facts to come out. And that was quite telling for a Republican to do that back then. And now it makes more sense now because this new situation has caused Republicans to at least pause for a little bit.
Well, and let's be honest, all of this is not helping in the midterms. All of it. It only helps Democrats. And I just don't know that at some point Republicans are going to have to stand up and say, it's time you got to make this a little easier on us so that we can win some of these seats and retain the majority. But this is not how you do it.
Well, and I think where the frustration comes from, at least from the Republicans I've talked to, both at the staff level and at the congressional level, it's that they have an issue that they feel is very winnable and very easy to win on. And they feel the Democrats have really nothing to campaign on with the immigration issue because of how bad it was under President Biden. They feel that they're losing the public's opinion on this when it should be fairly easy to maintain the public's opinion because of how aggressive and maybe how they feel about the execution from Kristi Noem and DHS. And, I think there has always been a thought, too, that there are plenty of options out there to replace her if she were to go. It's not like they don't have plenty of qualified individuals. I mean, President Trump had several different DHS secretaries under his first administration that everyone seemed to like, at least to some extent. I mean, some were better than others, but they for the most part, it wasn't hard for him to find somebody who was qualified.
Well, if you don't believe this has been a moving and difficult issue for Republicans, the one thing that'll tell you that indeed it is the fact that President Trump and Governor Walz had a conversation. Both came out of it saying they made progress, and it seems that the number of agents, ICE agents, there are decreasing a little bit. So there's movement. It is not a good issue. Not a good issue going into the midterms. We'll see what happens. Ryan, we appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again real soon.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you, Bill.
Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Dave, I'm going to be a little bit off here, but not much. Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, and they are now accepting new patients. Dr. Cheryl Mattern of Sequoia has joined the team, along with Dr. Kosminski, who's acupuncturist, Dr. Shemaleski, Dr. Zielinski. Whether you're in need of a family doctor or a second opinion, or you're looking at OMT, that osteopathic manipulation treatment, which to me kind of puts you, it's like a tune-up each month and is very valuable. It's available at the Falcon Clinic, your premier osteopathic medical clinic in the area. The Falcon Clinic, call 315-507-4751. News is next.
Looking to slide into savings with a reliable ride without the brand new price tag? Then it's time to warm up to the winter deals at Steed Ponte Chevrolet in Herkimer. Check out their Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles. Every vehicle is backed by a certified warranty and low financing options. Right now, qualified buyers can lock in chill cool rates as low as 3.9% for 36 months on select Car Bravo certified pre-owned vehicles like the Chevrolet Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, and Traverse. At Steed Ponte Chevy, their team makes car buying stress-free. But don't wait, these winter savings won't last forever. Head to Steed Ponte Chevrolet, where it's always easy to do business. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. State Route 28 in Herkimer, or online at SteedPonteChevy.com.